EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Atlanta Falcons. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from Atlanta. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line. Play action now. Mariota. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Mariota. He's going to wind up and air it out. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. We're just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. to throw. Jones has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Shotgun, they run with Barkley. And some room to work. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Here's Damiere Byrd to return from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Mariota. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. He's got room past the 30. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? Touchdown, Falcons. Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch.
Yeah, and this is no ordinary run after the catch. This is supersized right here. He's able to look it in, turn upfield, and then it's as simple as looking for the area where the defenders aren't. And then he outruns that all the way to the end zone. And
the next-gen stats show us the tale of how much yardage he was able to tack on after the catch. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Heavy set out there on 4th and 1. Saquon Barkley running right. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Seven, our score after 1. Second and 7, operating from the 34. Looking to throw. Jones. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now Jones. James has got it, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Now that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Well, that's one of the drawbacks of running the RPO. If those linemen go into run block mode, you can't throw it if they're more than a yard downfield. They'll look to throw again. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Off-play action. Jones. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard from 17 yards out. And the Giants have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Bird to return from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need to score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Now Mariota. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got him in, complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Brings up 2nd and goal. Mariota to throw it. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Mariota. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Anthony Ferkser, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Throwing, Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's James. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
With that impact, I fully expected the ball to pop free. I still remember an old defensive back friend of mine. He used to say, guess what? Even if they catch the ball, make sure they have a memento to take back to the side.
And he find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. After the sack on first down, Jones. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this point with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Jones, a final shot before break. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Richie Grant. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25, so at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
101 yards on the ground for him so far. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. A handoff to Barkley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Here's a give to Barkley. Powers through it. And room there to work it inside the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 24, Jones. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, he usually gets it done. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. He finds his man, complete. It's James. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. Gano's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion. And that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
4th down, Mariota. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position.
4th down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise. But how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
Jones now throwing to start the drive. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. Back now in Atlanta, working with a 2nd and 3. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
This is caught. Touchdown. Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Gano now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Giants 24, Falcons 14.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Bird to return from his end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mariota. That's taken in by Ferkser. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. To throw Mariota. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
First down, Mariota. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Leonard Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mariota looking deep downfield. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
That's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that's going to be caught downfield by Slayton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jones. And this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A give to Barkley out of the gun. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, it's Barkley. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll run with Barkley. And down inside the 15 he goes. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Jones. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Jones looking around. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up.